I don't. I'm not above that yet. I find politics highly entertaining, right? But I try to watch it a little more detached. I try not to get emotionally involved. But it's hard. Like just very recently, right before getting on this Periscope, I put out a tweet about Wired wrote an article that's starting to make the case against the First Amendment and wants to basically says we should start having a discussion around censorship. And I just think that's bullshit. The one thing that is not up for debate is the right to debate. The one subject that I get really passionate about is free speech, because there's a reason why it's the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights and not number 9. All the other rights derive from and are protected by the freedom of speech. If you don't have freedom of speech, you don't have anything. And these people who want to say, well, let's just have the dialogue about censorship, that is a slippery slope to hell. That is the kind of thing that would make me then fall back on the Second Amendment and get a gun and go into the hills, because I think it's that strong of a thing that you could literally have a slide from free society into an autocratic society without free speech. Free speech is fundamental. And people say that, oh yeah, it is limited in some cases. It's not. Free speech is not the thing that's limited. What's limited is actually creating a threatening environment for other people. So it's the actions of your speech that you can still be held accountable for. The actions that come out of them, but the speech itself should not be limited. And I think that people like Wired, who are starting to advocate for mechanisms to censor people, I would say, well, then, if you really want to stress test a censorship system, what you should do is you should design it, you should build it, and then you should hand it over to your worst enemy and let them run it on you for the next 10 years. And, if that still gives you the outcome you want, then it's fine. But I think what you'll find is that, creating any mechanism for censorship is basically just creating the perfect weapon for the next dictator to take over. And whether you hate Trump or whether you hate Bernie, you give them those kinds of powers and mechanisms. If they can muzzle speech, there's nothing they can't do.